I'm in uh I'm in Florence, Kentucky right now, but you could pretty much say I'm like on the other side of Cincinnati. To the left of me is a bunch of police cars, and I'm going to talk about this a little bit later. But guys, the title of this video is why does everything feel so strange in the US? Why does everything feel so strange in the US? Why does everything feel so strange in the US? I can't be the only person that has noticed this. Um, Let me put this in because that's my key to my truck. Okay, so in my opinion, guys, so much, so many things, so many activities feel strange in the U.S. right now. Is some tension out here. Um, People are very socially awkward. Um, Normal things like the holiday season approaching feel strange. Talking to people, greetings, basic greetings, feel strange. I just left the library studying Spanish, and they have a sign up that says uh check in with the front desk before using the study room. Now I went to university and stuff like that, so I pretty much know how libraries work. So I went to the front desk. I was like, "Hey, I would like to use the study room." The lady looks at me like this, holding my eyes, and she says, "What's what's your initials?" So I'm like, I said, "Well, I don't have a library card. What's your initials?" BD. Okay, you could use it. About how long do you need it for? I'm like, I need it for 45 minutes, an hour. She was like, okay. Guys, that's strange. I'm going to be real with you, man. I mean, it's strange. And this lady had to be someone's mom or grandmother looking at me like this while she's talking to me, holding my eyes. I'm like, that's strange. You're weird. I gotta keep it a book. I'm sorry. I'm not name calling. Just the behavior is not something that I'm used to. So I go to the study hall, and my study session was a success. So if that's what I have to put up with, cool. It wasn't that what she did was necessarily rude, but just the exchange felt off, is what I am describing. Can you relate to what I am saying? That's the exchanges that we have with one another feels off. So currently, what I'm doing could be seen as strange. I'm broadcasting. I got my trucker headset on. I'm walking around the park talking to my cell phone, expressing myself. Now, mind you, where I'm at is a beautiful place. Florence, Kentucky is very beautiful. It's right next to Cincinnati, Ohio. Shout out to Cincinnati, also in another beautiful city. I'm making the most. I got a couple of days where I got to sit around, so I'm making the most out of my environment right now, you guys. Well, what I would also like to say is that it's a lot of just energy here that just feels strange. Like it's like you don't. The most normal thing I seen today was I seen some kids at this skate park. That's this track that I'm walking is it has a skate park on the other side. Skating. I was like, that's the most normal thing I've seen. Everything else feels off. Police everywhere. Police cars just patrolling. Oh, I'm like, man, it's just like, is everybody a police officer here? You know what I mean? You don't see uh normal activities, and when you do see the kids are probably the most normal people here. All of us as adults, we're probably more strange than they are. Um, I wish I could show you. Is a beautiful scenery, don't get me wrong, but it's like everyone is no one walks, everyone's inside their car. When they're out in public, everything is transactional. It's just a rush, rush, rush. It's just we living in a situation where there's a lot of tension. This morning, and my day was good by the way. Um, Let me also iterate. I hope that you are having a good day. I apologize for just getting into the topic, but I hope whoever's watching this video, I hope that you're having a good day as well. But what I would like to say is that I woke up this morning and I like to start my day off actually uh listening to some jazz music. Sometimes I put on like lately I've been listening to some like Spanish pop music. I try to listen to something pleasant, or I would listen to a motivational speech or something motivational to start my day. That's my routine. That's been my routine for a while now. Um, I listen to either positive music, inspirational music, soft music, instrumental music, or I start my day with something motivational, something to get me going. I don't like to the first thing I wake up is to see something negative on my phone. So I woke up this morning and I knew what I wanted to do today. I went to bed knowing what I wanted to do today. I wanted to go to the library, which I did do. I wanted to study my Espanol, which I did do. I took some medicine late last night that I think had me feeling a little bit fatigued today, but I don't want to catch a cold, so I got to do what I got to do. But I say all that to say that when I picked up my phone this morning, the first couple things I seen was kind of like on a negative side of the spectrum. And I felt myself about to click on one of the videos, and I said, "Nah, I'm not gonna click on the video." I was like, first, let me stick to my program, which is listening to positive music and stuff like that." I was like, let me listen to my program. Like, let me get. So I put the phone down, and I did listen to a news broadcast, but it was constructive. And then I went back to my soft music. I poured me a cup of Joe, and then I started my day. And I caught myself later on. I got dressed. I went to the park. I wanted to go to the library earlier today, but it's about a mile from me where I was, and it was raining. And I was like, well, let me sit at the park. So I sat at the park, and I did an hour, a little over an hour of my Spanish. And then I did a second. I talked to my mom, and then I did a second hour. And then after that, I ate lunch. Um, Talked to one of my friends. Then I went to the library. I attempted to go to the library, but then when I was walking back to the library again, it started raining. Again, I mean raining, raining. I was like, man, I can't I can't really catch a break with this rain. It rained all day today. Um and so when I finally got to the library, it was the afternoon, and I needed to go to the library because I said that I wanted to check it out. It's been a while since I've been to a library. Wanted to see maybe what kind of books they had in there, stuff like that, Spanish resources. And to be honest, the library is kind of dry. I'm not trying to diss Florence, Kentucky, but your public library is it's a good resource. Don't get me wrong. It's not the worst, but it's not really popping like that. I was like, man, I said, in the future, maybe libraries are going to be a thing of the past. Everything is so and they had some good new releases and stuff like that, but it's just like, and they had people in there, but it's like it wasn't as big as what I thought it would be. And like I said, the lady when I asked to use the study room was looking at me like this. I was like, man, you like, man, you're trying to be constructive out here. You got these knuckleheads. I said, man, like the energy is you don't want me here. That's the real energy. I gotta speak on it. I mean, I thank you for being pleasant enough to allow me to use the public space. I didn't have to share no identification and stuff like that. But I went to the study room, and what surprised me with my Spanish guys is that I had purchased a course called Rocket Language, and I've been taking Spanish with this course. Guys, I'm really impressed with how much I've improved my dialogue in Spanish. Like things that used to be so now, I'm still a beginner. I'm not at the intermediate stage yet, but I've definitely improved my Spanish for sure. I've definitely improved my Spanish. Um, so it turned out to be a pleasant day today, honestly, overall. And one thing I learned is you really gotta monitor your time, cause the days are passing like this. Um, and you have to monitor what you're feeding your energy. It's so much. It's so many different content creators online. You can either use it constructively or destructive. And I will argue it's almost hard to use it constructively 100% of the time because some of the stuff that you may need to know could be considered destructive. Like you want to kind of know what's going on out here, so you might have to look at some of the news outlets that have like bad things happening. But I just think that, man, things feel strange in the US, man. Like, and I could speak on this because I'm in Kentucky right now, Kentucky/Ohio, and I've been all over this country, man. So I'm not somebody that's like just in their city or in their state. I've been to Chicago, Miami, New York, New Jersey, Philly, every major city. And when I tell you that as beautiful as it is here, watch, let me show you. You see that? It's beautiful. But as beautiful as it is here, um, things definitely can still feel off. You know what I mean? Like Americans, look at that, a plane, beautiful. It's a beautiful country we live in. But the people are off. The energy of the people is a little bit off, is what I'm saying. We're all so scared. We're stressed. We're worrying about bills and stuff like that. The average American right now, stressed. You wake up in the morning, you're trying to pay some bills. You go to sleep at night, you're thinking about bills. You talk to your friends to give you some relief. You love them, they love you. In that conversation, you're going to talk about some bills. People are really stressed. Bills, Bills. Fracturas in Espanol. Bills. You feel what I'm saying? Stuff that you owe. Bills, money, dinero, l'argent in French Creole. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're going to be talking about. You know, a beautiful city, don't get me wrong, beautiful place, but the energy still fell off. Everybody's in a hurry, everybody's rushing. You know what I mean? Um, that's just my opinion, though. Uh, I think a lot of people feel alienated. I could speak on that because sometimes I feel alienated from myself and others. You know, we watch horrible things on these media devices, telling us to fear our everyday man, the common man, and it creates a lot of tension because when you finally come outside, now you done filled your head up with all kind of stuff to be afraid of. You're afraid of others. You're afraid that something's going to happen to you. You're afraid that something might happen to your kid. You meet people that have tension and anxiety, and you don't quite know, if you're going to be putting your life in danger. And one thing I noticed, and I seen other people make videos about this. This city is pretty well. The part I'm in is pretty walkable, which is great. I'm right by a government building, so it's pretty walkable. You know, but a lot of places in the United States, you can't even walk here. It's just roads. You can't even walk. Walking will reduce a lot of stress that people feel, man. If you could just walk for like 10, 15 minutes a day, 30 minutes to an hour, you'll get exercise, you'll stretch your legs, you'll feel better. Americans are just so stressed. That's what I noticed, man. And when I'm able to get outside, because I actually like interacting with people. I like learning things. In my opinion, and I could be wrong, America doesn't, right now, the United States, doesn't seem like the type of place where you can communicate with others effectively and feel relief. You got these police everywhere. It's almost like even if you haven't done anything, you feel a tension because it's like police everywhere. You can't drive down the interstate, guys, without seeing a police officer pulling someone over. I shouldn't be talking so loud because there's a police right over there. Police. I'm not going to call it a police state, but I would ask the question: do you feel or think that the United States is a police state? Police everywhere. You can't drive from Nashville to Memphis or Los Angeles to another city with at least. I bet if you just, in fact, I bet if you just counted in one day, you could easily count 25, 30 police cars easily. If you really travel, if you really just, you will count more than one or two. So stay safe out there, family. Um, Today was a good day. I hope your day was good. Tune in with me. I got some new content on my channel. I would love for you to watch, get the engagement up. Peace. It's getting dark out here.